Welcome to Mind Awakening TV, where we explore thought-provoking insights, expand your mind, and challenge the way you see the world. If you're ready to open your mind and unlock new perspectives, you're in the right place. Let's dive in and awaken the power within. In a bustling city where the cacophony of life often drowned out the whispers of the soul, there lived a woman named Clara. She was a diligent worker, a devoted friend, and a loving daughter. But beneath her polished exterior lay a tumult of emotions she struggled to navigate. The pressures of her job left her feeling perpetually on edge, and the weight of unresolved grief from her mother's passing lingered like a shadow, dimming the vibrancy of her days. Clara often felt as if she were a marionette, her strings pulled by the demands of the world around her, leaving her little room to breathe, let alone heal. One particularly chaotic afternoon, Clara found herself at a cafe, seeking solace in a cup of chamomile tea. Her mind raced with thoughts of deadlines and obligations, a relentless cycle that seemed to suffocate her spirit. As she sat there, staring blankly at the swirling steam rising from her cup, she overheard a conversation at the next table. Two women spoke animatedly about a mindfulness workshop they had attended, sharing stories of how breathing techniques had transformed their lives. Clara's ears perked up as they described the power of the breath, a simple act that could anchor one in the present, soothe the mind, and heal the heart. Intrigued yet skeptical, Clara decided to look into this mindfulness workshop. She hesitated, battling with her inner critic that told her she didn't have time for such frivolous pursuits. But a flicker of hope ignited within her, a yearning to reclaim her sense of self and find peace amid the chaos. With a deep breath, she signed up for the workshop, her heart pounding with a mix of excitement and trepidation. On the day of the workshop, Clara entered a sunlit room filled with soft cushions and gentle music. The atmosphere was serene, a stark contrast to the frenetic energy she was accustomed to. The instructor, a calm and compassionate woman named Maya, welcomed everyone with open arms, her presence radiating warmth and understanding. Clara felt an immediate sense of belonging, as if she had stepped into a sanctuary designed for healing. As the session began, Maya introduced the concept of mindful breathing. She explained that the breath was not merely a biological function, but a bridge to the present moment. Clara listened intently as Maya guided them through a simple exercise. Inhaling deeply through the nose, holding the breath for a moment, and then exhaling slowly through the mouth. Clara closed her eyes and followed along, feeling the air fill her lungs, the rise of her chest, and the gentle release as she exhaled. With each breath, she felt a little more grounded, a little more aware of the space around her. Maya encouraged the participants to visualize their emotions as clouds drifting across the sky. Clara imagined her grief as a heavy, dark cloud that often loomed over her, blocking the light. As she breathed in, she envisioned gathering strength and clarity, and as she exhaled, she released the weight of her sorrow, allowing it to dissipate like mist in the morning sun. It was a simple yet profound exercise, and Clara felt a flicker of something she hadn't experienced in a long time: hope. As the workshop continued, Clara learned various breathing techniques, each one designed to cultivate mindfulness and emotional resilience. She discovered the power of the 4-7-8 technique, where she would inhale for a count of 4, hold for 7, and exhale for 8. This rhythmic pattern became her anchor, a tool she could carry with her into her daily life. With each practice, Clara began to notice subtle shifts within herself. The anxiety that had clung to her like a second skin began to loosen its grip, and the grief that had felt insurmountable started to transform into a gentle ache, a reminder of love rather than a source of pain. Days turned into weeks, and Clara embraced her newfound practice with fervor. She would rise each morning, sit quietly in her small apartment, and dedicate time to her breath. It became a sacred ritual, a moment where she could connect with herself before the world demanded her attention. As she breathed mindfully, she found herself reflecting on her mother's life, cherishing the memories that once brought her sorrow. Clara began to understand that her mother's love was woven into the very fabric of her being, and with each breath, she felt her presence surround her like a warm embrace. One evening, as Clara sat on her balcony, the sun dipping below the horizon, she closed her eyes and inhaled deeply. The cool evening air filled her lungs, and she savored the moment. She felt a wave of gratitude wash over her. Gratitude for the breath that sustained her, for the lessons she had learned, and for the journey of healing she had embarked upon. In that moment, Clara realized that mindfulness was not just a practice. It was a way of life, a lens through which she could view her experiences with compassion and understanding. As the months passed, Clara began to share her journey with friends and family, encouraging them to explore mindfulness and the power of breath. She became a beacon of hope for those around her, showing them that healing was possible, even in the face of deep emotional wounds. Clara's story resonated with many, and she found joy in witnessing others discover their own paths to recovery. Through her journey, Clara learned that mindfulness fosters recovery by creating space for self-compassion, understanding, and connection. She discovered that the healing breath was not just a technique, but a profound reminder of the resilience of the human spirit. With each inhale, she embraced the present moment, and with each exhale, she released the burdens that no longer served her. Clara's life transformed, not because she erased her pain, but because she learned to breathe through it, allowing her heart to heal and her spirit to soar once more. Thank you for watching this episode of Mind Awakening TV. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an awakening moment. Leave your thoughts in the comments and let's continue the conversation. Stay curious and keep expanding your mind.